Hi, today we will talk about how to clone a Git repository. Git is the most popular version control system nowadays. It is a completely free, open source tool that allows you to, for example, work together on the development of the source code. According to Stack Overflow's 2018 survey, as many as 87% of programmers use the Git version control system. Many popular open source projects work with Git. For example, GIMP, which is a popular raster graphics editor. In order to be able to work with Git, whether in open source, commercial, or our own projects, we need to have a copy of the repository on our computer. Git is a distributed version control system, which means that each clone is an exact copy of the underlying repository. In an extreme case, for example during a failure of the external server and the lack of backups, we can restore the entire repository on the basis of such a copy. What is Git clone? It's literally a clone. It makes a complete copy of the repository along with the whole history of changes from the beginning of the project. At the same time, clone is also the name of the specific function in Git that allow us to create this copy. Clone function automatically connects our local repository with the remote one, which is also called origin. If you want to learn more about Git clone, check out the video in the upper right corner, where we put to the test Git clone and Git backup. The clone operation, just like any other function in Git, has a basic default behavior that can be extended with various parameters. Let's check the Git clone example. This function will copy a project from a given address to a given directory. Moreover, it will skip tags and blob files while downloading data. For correct operation, it is enough to provide only the repository address. The rest of the parameters are optional. If you are looking for detailed knowledge about the available parameters, please refer to the official documentation. A link will be down below. I already mentioned that the clone operation will download all the data along with the entire history of changes. But how will it act on branches? Well, remote tracking branches will be created, all data will be fetched, but the pull operation will apply only to the main branch. But what does it mean for us? That by default we'll have locally created and fetched only this main branch. All others are labeled as remote. From the perspective of an ordinary user, this may not change much, but from the perspective of local Git files, it changes a lot, because the local branches are a mapping of the real ones marked as remote. In the beginning, I mentioned that the local copy of the repository, in the extreme case, allows you to restore the project. So, each local clone works a bit like a backup of the base repository. But the proper Git repository backup, which GitProtect.io provides, is important and should never rely on local reproductions, because the parameters of the clone function allow you to filter many items and we can never be sure of the differences between ours and external repos. So that was how to clone a Git repository. If you want to learn more how to clone a specific branch, check out this video, and if you want a comparison between Git clone and Git backup, check out this one. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to this channel and visit our sites zopro.com and gitprotect.io. See you in the next video. Goodbye.